So in the last balance patch, Troubador was actually nerfed. However, before that balance patch was made, I crafted a very overpowered Troubador build in my humble opinion, and it is in my humble opinion that I believe this build is still extremely strong. You want to be taking this build into many team fights, and I think it is viable to an extremely high level. So this is the setup that I'm running. It's Berserker Amulet, Firework Relic, and I run Dolyak Rune. So I just need like toughness, but I don't need so much toughness to go Demolisher. Demolisher, if you did go Demolisher route, I would run Demolisher with Infiltration Rune, but personally I like Berserker Dolyak. It's Spear, Dagger Shield, Double Cleansing Energy, Chaos, Illusions, Troubador. And then I'm running the Protection on F2, which is pretty much a garbage trait on anything that isn't Troubador. But Troubador, where you have notes instead of clones, you can actually like easily get a 3 clone F2 off. And then Auspicious Anguish, you know, Condi Cleanse on Distort, and then Bountiful Disillusionment, the boons, just, you know, this is, I call it Boon Troubador. So you be pumping them boons out. This is actually in the illusion trait line. This is the key trait. When a phantasm becomes a clone, it transfers its boons to you. So when your phantasm dies, you'll get all the boons, which is like your Bountiful Disillusionment is AoE. So you can give all of these boons from the shatters to your phantasms, and then the phantasms will give them back to you. And then once again, I get for quickness here. So like you get quickness from your phantasms, and the Master of Fragmentation, just like there's no other option here. This is an excellent trait, so I really can't complain there. And then I run the Tails Heal and grant protection to allies. This is great utility for the team. And then the protection also stacks with the protection from here. So you just have very high protection uptime, like with everything combined. And it's worth noting this is to allies as well. So if I pop like this cooldown, then I can get 6 seconds to, you know, if I spawn 2 of these phantasms, they get 6 seconds of protection. They give it to me. So it's this one ability plus 2 phantasms is 9 seconds of protection. But and then once again, I'm going for the boons here. So I'm going for the middle trait, which has been nerfed heavily, but it's still worth it. And then I'm running this one, which is just the attribute increase. This gives you necessary sustain, and I would recommend it. And then for the utilities, I'm running Signet of the Ether Heal. This is optional. Like I think you could take Ether Feast if you want more Condi Cleanse, and you could take this if you want more like ally support. But I run Signet of the Ether for the 50% recharge reduction on your phantasms, mainly for your shield 4. Like this cooldown is 35 seconds, is absolutely ridiculous. So I feel like Signet of the Ether is necessary. I'm running the Stun Break one. This is going to give you stability. And then Resistance and Protection, which the Resistance and Protections once again is going to your phantasms if you spawn them at the right timing. So that's huge. Blink, you know, every build. And then I'm running the damaging, I'm running the Offensive Shout because this gives you the most boons. So this shout is going to give you 20 stacks of might from your phantasms. It's 10 per phantasm and then 10 on yourself. So you'll get 25 seconds or 25 stacks of might, you know, a bunch of fury, bunch of quickness, bunch of protection. Alrighty, so the match is beginning. I currently have 3 notes and I'm going to use them on my F3 before the game starts. The F3 gives you passive 25% movement speed. As I progress throughout this game, I am like constantly using the F3, the Spear 4, the Shield 5 for the mobility to run in between the nodes. We get a stealth opener into this team fight here. And this is a plat level match, so we open on this Revenant, and I go for an early AoE distortion on the team, which I actually think saves me and Malene. I think we got about 1 tick of invuln from that burst. If I didn't pop it there, we would have died. And here we get the kill on this Revenant, and I'm stomping him out. And so we got a 1v1 far, we free cap the home node, and we got a kill mid. But one of my teammates is also dead mid. So I would say overall we won this opener, but it's a pretty tight game, you know? So since they got the kill on my teammate mid, I decided to just plus my teammate far. And I'm going aggro on this Ellie, and my teammate is just playing for the cap, which is perfectly fine. And so when you're playing this build, you want to be like spawning phantasms and then using your shatters and your shouts to give your phantasms the boons, and then the boons will be applied to you. So if you constantly look at like my boon bar, you'll see that I frequently have a ton of boons. And so we got a kill on the elementalist, and now me and this engineer are 1v2. This is technically a 2v3. And if you look at my boom bar, I got 25 stacks of might, quickness, fury, swiftness, stability, and we got that second kill there. And this guy's hitting like the insane kites, but we win. Me and this engineer actually win this 2v3, and since we won that, our team managed to secure our home node, and we have sides here. And I'm just kind of sticking around here just in case respawns decide to push my engineer, then we can just outnumber whoever pushes that. And I just want to make sure he gets that cleaved. So right here I pop an AoE distort because there was just a lot of pressure going out. I spawn the phantasms and I quickly F2, and as you can see my boon bar, like I have 20 seconds of protection right now. So I convert the kill. The enemy team converts the kill on our engineer. And so I don't play for the cap here because I'm like, this is 1-for-1. I can't let this fight up. And the enemy team is just abusing the crap out of this kite spot here. And it's worth noting, like, all of my shatters, like the boons go to my team. So this build is like very good at team fighting. I don't think it's that good at 1v1ing. You really just want to be abusing the team fights as hard as possible. And it's insanely good at it. It does a lot of damage, has a lot of survivability, and you basically give your team every boon in the game. Which in this game, I have 2 scrappers, so the fact that I can give them like, you know, 15 stacks of might plus like a ton of quickness is pretty insane in these team fights. And so we convert a couple of kills here. We end up winning this team fight because the fight is closer to our spawn than their spawn. So like a lot of the people we were killing, we end up like just like they kill our teammates and they respawn. They just rejoin the fight, and eventually we out sustain them. So right there I spawn the phantasm, and then I F2 for the protection. And that's a very common opener you want to do, is spawn some kind of phantasm and then F2, because the F2 it'll be like a cheeky interrupt. It'll apply some damaging conditions, and it'll give you, if you spawn it on a phantasm, it'll give you like 15 seconds of protection. And so there's 2 enemies in downstate here, and there's one of my teammates in downstate. So I go ahead and I stomp that enemy with stability to rally my teammate. And I have some swiftness here, but I think... So I don't decide to pop my F3 here. I guess I decided I was close enough to the Ellie. I should just save the notes. And I start to play for the decap here, but I actually get off the tick. I get like 1 tick from decapping it, and then I go for the kill. A little slight misplay, but we end up getting the kill on the Ellie there. And at this point, I'm just rotating through the nodes, just trying to get these kills, save my teammates. So right there, they were trying to hit us with my teammate with a huge burst, and I pop that AoE distortion, and he's pretty much like perfectly fine. Like he's probably 100% dead there, but you pop that AoE distort, it doesn't even matter. So now I give my teammate stability, and look at my boon bar. I just got every boon in the game right there. And we get the kill on the Engie there. We're probably going to kill this guy as well. My teammate is super pressured, by the way. So, and this fight wouldn't even have been a fight if I didn't have the AoE distortion. This guy comes out of nowhere, probably with a teleport, and kills my teammate. But then me and the scale shot just nuke him, and then we rally my teammate. And this fight is pretty much secured. I try to go for a cheeky F5 crescendo there, but I completely whiffed it. I see my teammate like pursuing this kill, and it's this guy's pressured, and it's also like risky to just let my teammate go for this because it's so close to the enemy spawn. So I decided to help him out there, and we easily get that kill. So I'm keeping the momentum. I use my F3 there for some mobility. And I'm just looking at the map. I'm watching the rotations. So my teammate got a kill mid. This guy's like hard winning this 1v1, so I'm just coming to clean this up, just make sure I easily get this kill. And once again, I spawn Phantasm, F2, F1, and I get like 20 seconds of protection from that. And now I'm looking for the next fight. I'm looking to see where the enemies are grouped to. I see them here. I pop an early AoE distortion. I think this distortion was fine. Like maybe it could have been better. Maybe I could have held it a little bit longer, but it's suitable. Give my teammates some might and quickness. And we get these kills here. And then I was a little slow on the awareness here, so the enemy ends up being at this node, and I didn't realize it for like as fast as I could have. I heal my teammate up a little bit there with the F4, you know, because your F4 does more than just distort. It also heals your teammates now on Troubador. We get that kill. And I have swiftness, so I don't really need to pop any of my mobility. And I'm just looking for the next place to rotate to. Which I see there's one guy far, but I also am aware that there's multiple people on timer respawn. So I'm like, I decide to maybe just stay far and watch for like the respawns with my teammate instead of... And this guy ends up going for me, so I shield block. I do my offensive shout, and then I F2. So like that's a very fast like maximum Boon optimization. Right there, I super fast stun break. And that wasn't actually a super fast stun break. It was I like predicted when he would pull me in, and I just had my finger ready. I don't actually react that fast. That was preemptive. Me and this guy tried to, we're like hugging this guy on this AoE spot, and he kind of screws us over. I tried to hit the AoE distort on my team, but he just melts. Either way, it gets me out of the situation. I end up playing toesies with this Revenant a bit, and I land some good damage on him here. And I think he was still gonna go for it, and I landed that second spear too. And I think after that he was like, "I'm out, dog." He was like, "I don't want that glaze." He hits me with the Jade Winds, and I instantly stun break it, but it wasn't necessary to stun break there. It probably would have been smarter to just save it. Either way, it's no big deal. Game is pretty much over at this point. But yeah, like I said, you want to be spawning a Phantasm, and then using your shatters and shouts to apply the boons on the Phantasms, and when they die, they'll give you back the boons. And you want to be taking a ton of these team fights with the AoE distortion and the fact that you can apply almost every single boon in the game to yourself and your allies. This is really good in team fights. And as you can see there, I'm about 1549 rated. That's gonna do it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any video suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comment, and I'll consider making a video on it. But I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, which may or may not be a World v World roaming montage. You gotta tell now. I never felt like